and gentlemen, we are back again on Saturday night. Oh, man, what a day of football, ladies and gentlemen. We had to wait a long ways for the football, but we've got the hop water here, not a sponsor, might be a sponsor soon. You're not here to see my face. We're here to talk football. Two things that we can all agree on, ladies and gentlemen, is Jayden Daniels is awesome to watch. I don't know who in the world would hire what's his name, Glenn, as the Lions are about to implode here. I mean, we just got done watching the Lions. Obviously, the Chiefs played earlier. We'll get to that. But we just witnessed Jayden Daniels going there 22 of 31, 299, 2 touchdowns, 51 rushing yards. Second rookie quarterback to defeat a number 1 seed in the playoffs. The first was Joe Flacco. Shout out Joe Flacco, the trendsetter, baby. And also one of the best performances since Brock Purdy played in the playoffs a couple years ago whenever he threw for 4 touchdowns against the Seahawks, scoring 41. So Jayden Daniels as a rookie just broke his record. I'm leaning sideways on purpose, yes. So what a day. I think we started off the day with having to wait until 4:30, and then the Chiefs and the Texans kick off, and things got weird right off the bat, right? Things got very weird. Chiefs win 23-14, opening kickoff. I'm going to pull. So obviously over under, they scored 37. So under hit there. Chiefs 8.5. They won by 9. So if you bet it, then good for you. And then the other one was the Lions favored by 9.5. Now we'll get to that in a minute, but let's go Chiefs. I mean, Jayden Daniels is awesome. He's at the podium right now. If you're a Commanders fan, you've got to be you are basically, if you watch The Office and you're a Commanders fan, you are Michael Scott whenever he goes back and asks Holly Flack to get back together with him. And he makes a videotape for when he's sad and has a whole bunch of boxes for when he's sad. And then he also makes one for when he's happy. And Commanders fans are, hey, you're in the NFC Championship, you're happy. And I think they might be morphing into America's team because everybody likes Jayden Daniels so much. He was phenomenal. I mean, 22 of 31. There's all these next-gen stats when you're talking about against the blitz. He's great. So, but on the other side, the Lions, man, the Lions are about to implode because they're going to lose their offensive coordinator. They're probably going to lose their defensive coordinator. I don't know why the defensive coordinator doesn't make any sense to me, especially after what happened today in the last few weeks. I know they're hurt. I mean, obviously they have a bunch of injuries. I understand that. But, dude, they could not. I mean, how many did they stop? How many punts were in this game? We'll pull it all up here in a minute. But anyways, let's go do this thing. Let's do it. Let's go back. Yes, B. McCormick's here, most pro. That's what I'm talking about. So over hit in the Washington Commanders game for sure. So let me pull this out of here and let's go to the Chiefs game first because we had the opening kickoff. I'm going to take that off and I'm going to bring it back here in a minute. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I was bookmarked. I was watching the game with a Chiefs fan. Shout out Country Roads Take Mahomes. Great guy if he's listening. But we're going to go to the Chiefs game. I have a whole bunch of notes. As always, everybody knows who watches these recaps. I have a notebook that I write stuff in during the games. I'm a loser, yes, but that's what I do for fun. Those are my hobbies. I love talking sports. I love watching ball. So opening kickoff, let me go ahead and pull this up. I mean, if you're a Chiefs fan, you got to feel good. But if you're like us, not a Chiefs fan, you watch that game through a different lens and you're like, why? I mean, everything on the internet is like, what are we talking about here, guys? Oh, Chappelle is. Oh, I got to record that, dude. Chappelle's phenomenal. Love Chappelle. Whenever he's going to get booted off. So we open the game right out of the gate. Big kickoff return by the Chiefs. Chris Boyd, kickoff special teams guy, strips the ball from the returner from the Chiefs, but the Chiefs still recover it. And he comes off, basically suplexes his coach through the chest, takes off his helmet halfway off the field, gets a flag, and then the Texans defense still stops them from scoring a touchdown. So the Chiefs go up 3-0 early there. And then on the ensuing drive, CJ Stroud that takes them down. They get a field goal, so we're not at 3-3. Stroud actually hurt his knee, so he was nursing that for pretty much the rest of the game. And then we've got this happening shortly after. Will Anderson, virtually unblocked, flying through, hitting Mahomes, and I can't remember when this. Okay, so this was fairly early in the game. I do know that. I think it was it was in the first quarter. It was 3rd down to go. It was called a roughing the passer, unnecessary roughness. 3rd down, 7 minutes to go, I think, left in the first quarter. And that was an errant throw. I think it was a 3rd down. So here we are, game's 3-3. Mahomes throws a ball over the middle errantly, and now we've got a flag. Like, you got to be kidding me. This just like Chase Daniel says, cue the refs loved. Like, it just gets worse from here. Like, you hate to get on here and talk about this game and be like, oh, the Chiefs got away with it again. But when you look at all the stats, we're going to show it here at the end of the game, you're going to be like, this doesn't, like, there's a stat on here later about what the Texans did for the first time ever in history. Never happened before. But the Texans achieved that today. And so it's just crazy. And everybody's looking at us like all the Chiefs fans are like, you guys just can't handle it. All three. I mean, the Texans special teams sucked. I mean, that's what the Chiefs do. Every facet of the game, they don't make mistakes. And if you make mistakes, they will bury you. But it's not like, and then there's so we had that going. There's a miss. So here we go. Here's another one. Same, bam, right there. A little bit later, Houston has the ball. Schultz looking for a hip drop tackle. Nope. We're not going to call that, are we? On the safety? Nope. And then you could sit here and say, "Oh, I'm just a guy that's running through," and the Chiefs fans could send me all kinds, and I'm sure they will. I'm fine with that. But I have people yelling at me already because we've seen I've already seen, and then we get into the second quarter, and Fairbairn completely whiffs a 55, which is a stupid call. I'm sorry, I love D'Amico Ryans, but it's a stupid call to kick a 55-yarder in freezing cold with the wind blowing 20 miles an hour. That was just dumb. You're better off just punting it or trying to go for it. And then we had the big play to Travis Kelce. I think that's coming up here. No. We had the Mixon touchdown that gets us within a score late, right at the 3rd there. But so we had Mixon score. We're sitting here thinking, okay, the Texans have got it going like that. Well, Fairbairn misses the extra point. There you go. So then we had a big play to Kelce, that big play down the middle. Kansas City had 3 sacks. There's some stat that we'll go over here in a minute about Mahomes versus shell coverage. It's ridiculous. It's not like we think the Chiefs stink and they're not good. No, it's every time that when you think that you've got them and we think like, hey, this team's outplaying them. No, here comes a phantom ref, hitting unnecessary roughness or something stupid. But I've got some pictures at halftime. We'll go over here in a second once we wrap this game up. But the Houston special teams, they gave up a big return. They missed a field goal, that 55-yarder. They had a holding on a kickoff return. They missed a PAT. They had a field goal blocked. Like, that's where in Arrowhead especially, that's where the Chiefs get you. Like, you cannot be making that many mistakes on special teams. You just can't do it. CJ Stroud, Jayden Daniels and CJ Stroud, man. Stroud out there on one leg. Some of the balls he threw were just outrageous. He's good. So to begin the third quarter, we get this. This is the one. That's why this is here. To begin the third quarter, we get a 15-play, 82-yard drive, 10 minutes, 24 seconds. 3 flags were thrown on that drive that the Texans had. The Texans had the ball, and they went on a 15-play drive. 82 yards capped off by this Mixon touchdown. So they took up basically the entire third quarter, which was awesome. And when they got closer, there were 3 flags. And then even before this play, if you remember, they missed the Hutchinson first down. They marked him down short. So you had a holding And then you had an illegal shift after they misspotted the ball, and then the Texans still got the first down. So it's just like the Texans are working against all this junk all game long. And you're going to see that it's absolutely outrageous by the end of it. Look, the Chiefs didn't even fill out their stadium. They're sick of divisional round games. It's an embarrassment. And then we get this. Then we get the shot. Here we go. We get the shot of Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark in the box. I mean, you can pretty much chalk it up, Houston. You're not winning this game. You're not winning this game. Not a chance. So we got that going on. And then to end the second roughing the passer, the unnecessary roughness to end in the third quarter. That was like the Will Anderson thing. You're like, oh, okay, that's great, whatever. Like, there they go. They got their one. And then the Chiefs, the Texans had to fight through this 15 play drive, fighting off 3 penalties as they got into Chiefs territory. So it's like, they're probably flags. Nobody cares, but it's just like every time they play, this is what we have to watch. This is what we have to watch. Team gets close, here come the flags. Chiefs are in trouble, here comes the flag, like right here. Into the third quarter, right? This is the drive right after the Texans 15-play drive. So the Chiefs finally get the ball back, right? And here we go. This right here, this was in the midst of a 13-play, 81-yard drive, 8-minute drive for a touchdown to Kelsey. So we drop the snap. Here we go. 12-13. I can't remember if it was on third down or not. Hold on.
Take off to his right.
No, it was a first down. Okay. So it's first down. We get the flag, and the replay clearly shows that maybe the helmet grazes his or the face mask grazes his helmet. And D'Amico Ryan's out there like, man, what do we got to do against this? And I don't blame him. Like, at a certain point, you're just like, you got to be kidding me. Like, it's impossible. So, this is the stuff we're watching as fans. I'm sitting here watching with Country Roads Take Mahomes, and he's like, yeah, but it great. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know. He's out there running around, then decides to dive late. Like, that's not fair for the defenders. That's just not fair to the defenders. Like, they make the rules already for the in favor of the offense. And then they got the quarterback, and you're going to see another one here in a minute, that they're out there just baiting them, trying to get them to hit them late out of bounds or hit them after they slide. All this stuff. It's outrageous. So I don't know, man. It's hard to watch, quite honestly. It is really hard to watch. So say whatever you want to about it. Chiefs win, but it's when you get to the stats here, like we will in a second, it's outrageous. They took away the points from the Chiefs. That was pretty funny. But here's the play. Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, Mahomes! This is what he does. Mahomes, he's diving it." And like somebody commented, like, "You can say this, you can say that, but this is what makes him different." I'm like, "Is this not the same drive that they did this for? Right? This play right here. Oh, we're gonna get to Jayden Daniels, buddy. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We'll get to Jayden Daniels." Hey, he's the second. Well, he hasn't thrown for 4 touchdown passes, but it's one of the best rookie performances we've ever seen. He didn't throw for 300 yards, but that's okay. I'm sitting here yelling about the Chiefs because after this happens, gives them a nice little all the way to the other side of the 50. Now we get this one. Oh no, what a play! This and that. Ugh. Yeah, it probably should have never happened because of the stupid penalty that they called for roughing the passer, or whatever it was. And this too, like, it's just, oh my gosh, dude. It's hard to watch. It's just hard to watch this. And it's coming. I thought they were going to throw it then. I mean, he's just flopping there. He's flopping everywhere. Unbelievable. And here, this is when they just said, hey, Kaimi Fairbairn stinks so bad that we're just going to take We're just going to take points away from the Texans. So there you go. But I will say this. I think it's odd that the Chiefs had confetti for their divisional round win. I'm just saying that's a little, that's a little sketchy, little premature. Normally you want to save those for the AFC Championship, but you can't be blowing. If some other team was blowing confetti during the divisional round, Nick Wright or whoever else is a Chiefs fan would be like, "Wow, they celebrate those victories." I mean, they basically eviscerated the Vikings for their celebration in the locker room, and here's the freaking Chiefs firing off confetti for winning divisional round. Come on now, half your stands were empty too. I don't want to hear it. The Chiefs Kingdom was not there today. I didn't see them. They were half the stands were gone. Also, C.J. Stroud's a stud. That throw to Schultz late in the game was spectacular. I don't know if I have it, but also the Chris Jones had a big sack early on. But the real guy that was wreaking havoc was George Karlaftis, because I think the Chiefs ended up having like 8 sacks. So yeah, there you go, 8 sacks. But the Chiefs are just too good and not just an offensive team. They were 40% on third downs, 2-5 in the red zone, 235 yards of offense, only 14. So their defense and their special teams carried them. So Spagnuolo, of course. But here's the stat, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching, just pay attention. Everybody the Texans are the first team in NFL postseason history to outgain their opponent by 100 yards, have 0 turnovers, and lose. Prior to the Texans, teams were 49-0 in such games. Just let that simmer. And you wonder why people are so freaking mad at how this game played out and the little advantages that we didn't think were that big. So, unbelievable. It's stupid. It's just stupid. So that stat, first team in NFL postseason history to outgain their opponent by 100 yards, have 0 turnovers, and lose. Prior to the Texans, teams were 49-0 in such games. That's stupid. That's stupid. And again, here we go. 7-0 with Clay Martin as the referee. Shocker. Absolute shocker. Here's Will Anderson.
Blessed us and favored us tremendously. All year, pick up this organization, this team, all year, man.
Man, this guy. They're mad.
Blessed us and favored us tremendously, man. And I just got to give all glory to him. And
he's talking about the post game.
We knew it was going to be us against the refs going into this game.
He said it right there. We knew the refs it was going to be us versus the refs. I mean, right out of the gate, Will Anderson got flagged for even just getting near him.
And, I talked to you guys early this week. I was just saying.
Like, it's just like you can't. I hate watching the games.
Man, we got to go out there and we got to do us better.
But anyways, there you go. All right. So I wanted to let's pull this down. And I wanted to pull back up. Hold on. I wanted to pull back up because this is funny. This is funny. I mean, it sounds like a Chiefs complaint. The Chiefs are good. There's no doubt about it. Like, schematically, situationally, defensively, all 3 phases. That's what they are. Like, you'll hear Nick Wright and everybody get up on the TV tomorrow and first Monday and be like, told you so, all 3 phases, this team. And it's like they'll sit there and tell you how good the team is, but then give all the credit to Mahomes for some reason. And it's just like that's what drives people up the wall. It's like they try to have their cake and eat it too. And it's like Mahomes got outplayed. I mean, let's not act like he didn't. And let's not act like the Chiefs offense didn't get outplayed. The defense and the special teams won the game. So give it to the team. But of course, the quarterback always gets all the credit. What was I about to do? I don't even remember. Oh, here we go. All right, here we go. So the reason I'm putting this up there is because this is the first half stats, right? And at this point, I think the game. What was the game? At this point, it was 13-6 at half. Yeah, it was 13-6 at half. So here's the stats. Of course, Texans winning. Total yards, passing yards. Chiefs are winning. Rushing yards, not even close. Yards per player, not even close. First downs, winning. Third down efficiency winning, total plays winning, sacks allowed, pretty even. 1 punt per time possession winning. Here's second half stats. The Chiefs, if you notice, didn't even put up 100 yards in the second half. Didn't even put up 100 yards. Didn't even put up 90 yards. Look at that. And yet they score. How many more points did they score? Hold on. They scored 10 more points. So you mean to tell me in offense for the Texans that put up another 160 some yards of offense, passing yards more, rushing yards tripled, yards per play better, first downs more, third down efficiency more, total plays more, sacks they got dominated, punts two apiece, penalties, oh shocker, we went from 3 in the first half against the Texans to 8, so more than doubled, and then the Texans had the ball more. So how does this add up? Somebody? I don't get it. Whatever. Chiefs win. Chiefs win. Good for them. This is pretty crazy though. Mahomes, and this is what I'm saying. Like, it's not that nobody's saying Mahomes stinks, but it's hilarious that you can have by every statistical facet, they lost that game. But there were certain times where they didn't lose it. You can do with that whatever you want. But Mahomes against safety shell, first half in the Texans. Versus single high, he was 6 of 7 for 102, 37.5 blitz rate. Split safety, 1 of 6 for 12 yards. Crazy. So the one where they had the big play to Kelsey, they ran a safety blitz, the Texans did, and if you blitz and you miss, Mahomes will throw it right in your teeth. And he did, and that was a big play to Kelsey. So that was also pretty funny. That's turnover margin, baby. This leads us right into, so Chiefs win, whatever. Turnover margin. I said this back in November. Was it November? Yeah. Yeah, it was November. I said, if you want to win, you got to win the turnover margin. You can go back and listen to that show. That's somewhere around there. But that leads us right into let's talk about the Commanders and the Lions. I just that whole, and then if you had 9.5 against the Chiefs, like the Chiefs by 9.5, and they got that safety, you're probably furious. So let's talk about these Lions and the Commanders. So, oh my gosh. But yeah. All right, let's pull that up. I mean, is anybody else mad about the Chiefs? I mean, I'm mad about the Chiefs too. I wouldn't say mad. I want to watch the Chiefs play without having to like go like this. Oh my gosh, dude. Really? Like that's what we're going to do? So, infuriating. This game right here, man. This game was drunk. Period. Jayden Daniels was incredible. I mean, the second quarter, you're looking right there, the second quarter. So, the first play, I think the first 2 series, things were not going great. Because I think the Lions went 3 and out, and then the Commanders went down, and they missed on a 4th and 1. So we were like, oh, okay, this is the over's in trouble here. But then they both kind of turned it on. The Lions and the Commanders, and put on a laser light show. So the first quarter, they were kind of feeling each other out 7-3. Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs, 6 plays, 71 yards, 3 minutes. And then with a minute left in the less than a minute left in the first quarter, you had the strip sack by from Jared Goff, and I'm pretty sure the Lions were driving, like they were about to score, and then you had old Jared Goff and his little tiny baby hands. This is bad start for Jared Goff here. Not good for the Jared. Not good good for the Jared Goff stands. He had a fumble. He had a couple of picks. It was just not good stuff. So then we had the Brian Robinson. He gets in after the pass interference early in the second quarter. Another 11. I mean, it seems like the Commanders just went on drive after drive after drive after drive after drive. I don't know what. I mean, there were not a lot of punts in this game, but we had the Laporta one-handed catch. That's the one that was going on first. So we'll go back there and check that out. Oh, here we go. So the Laporta one-handed catch, this was ridiculous. So at this point, we're just going back and forth, right? I mean, if you're a Lions fan, you get the 1 seed for the first time. I mean, everything seems to be going pretty good early on. I mean, yes, Jared Goff fumbled, but I'll tell you the problem was they could not. Like, that one guy broke his arm. That was disgusting. But the Lions just couldn't stop anybody. They had been playing on this razor-thin margin for weeks. I mean, they did it against the 49ers, one of the last games of the year. And because they were so injured, they were just having to send everybody. We had a Dan off here. We had Dan Campbell, Dan Quinn, had Danalytics going on here. And you're just like, the Commanders, if the Lions could just get one stop. And the second thing out of this game is Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, we all love Dave Montgomery. He's coming back off his injury, but Jahmyr Gibbs is a freak show, period. So we had Terry McLaurin. So we had this beautiful one-handed catch by Laporta. Lions go back up. I mean, we're back and forth. We're back and forth all over the place. Laporta gets that one-handed grab. Then Terry McLaurin down the sideline, just turning on the Jets, put it in reverse Terry. As Buku said, keyboard warrior, let's go, baby. Let's go, B. McCormick. And then after that, it's 17-14. We think we're going back and forth. Old Jared Goff, there he is at the podium. Probably just, man, I hate it for that guy. But all the doubters, the haters said that he was a fraud, and the haters might have been right on that one. They might have been right. J-Bai's never been a Jared Goff guy. He'll probably let me know about that one. Then we had old Quan Martin, pick 6 from Jared Goff. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. And then you're kind of like, seems like you need this to be a one-score game if you're Detroit. So, and on that pick 6, this is the part. Hold on. Did I get that one? No, I missed the pick 6 one, but holy smokes, man. The pick 6, Jared Goff got absolutely smoked. And then he had to go get evaluated from a concussion. And guess who comes in the game? Old Teddy Bridgewater, straight off the old high school state championship. Old Teddy Two Gloves is in the game at this point. And you're sitting here thinking, what are we doing? Like, we got Teddy Bridgewater versus Jayden Daniels. And then Jameson Williams, reverse touchdown. That was awesome. 61-yard rush to the house. And so Detroit's back within 3. Well, guess what? Detroit can't stop anybody. That's this next drive before Zach Ertz punches it in, touchdown from Jayden Daniels. We got a sick deep crosser, post, whatever you want to call it, deep throw to De'Ami Brown. Yeah. Deep post from Daniels to Brown, just a perfect throw. And that was less than 2 minutes. And then Ertz touchdown. Now we've got, 31-21. And then the Lions are driving. It's 31-21. Boom. Jared Goff bringing right down the field, throws a pick, deep post to Jameson Williams, gets undercut again. So, just how many turnovers? That was the third turnover? Yeah, third turnover of the half. So they had 3 turnovers in the first half. The Lions did. Terrible. In the third quarter, we got nothing. 28-14. 42 points scored in that second quarter. Was the most points scored in a quarter in playoff history. Nuts. At half, it was 325 yards to 309 yards in favor of Washington. Just nuts. And in the third quarter, we get nothing. We get the Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is so good. bring it back within one, and then the fourth quarter, the wheels came off because they really couldn't stop me. They were having to send everybody. So, but that little, so let's take a look at some of these other. Here it is. This sucker right here. Hold on. Was this this was the pitch to Montgomery. Like this was a quick pitch to a shovel pass. I mean, look at that. Boom. It's almost run like an inside trap because I think you had that pulling guard. Yeah, the pulling guard. Boom. Like, what a play. What a play. That was awesome. So we had that. And now this is what I was talking about. So it's right late in the second half. Sorry, 31-21. Shout out the over. 55.5. Undercut. That deep skinny post, he was just waiting for him to do it. He was waiting for him to do it. Sanistrell, the rookie from Michigan. So Jayden Daniels versus the Blitz was 8 of 11 for 166, 1 touchdown, 140 rating. Nutso. That little after Jamison Williams scored that touchdown, they did the key and peel. He did the double hip pump, and then his teammates stopped him after the third one. Freaking hilarious. Oh yeah, that's the shuffle pass again. And here's going back to the Chiefs game. This was the beginning of it. So he makes the play and then runs off the field, takes his helmet off, and then punches his coach in the chest. So just nuts. I mean, if you're and then another hilarious part was Jamison Williams threw an interception. So that was kind of the nail in the coffin after, I think it was right around here. They were down by 10, I think, and then he threw that pick, and then they went down and scored. And I mean, if you're the Lions, you had to know this was coming, right? Probably not at the hand of the Commanders. You probably thought you'd win one game, but my goodness, Commanders are the team of destiny. Everybody loves Jayden Daniels right now, rightfully so. So, but it's it's the Jayden Daniels show right now. I mean, whoever they play, the Rams or the Eagles, it's gonna be a tough matchup. Stopping that guy, Cliff Kingsbury. I mean, they got it rolling. I don't know if their defense can hang. I just don't know. But they created turnovers, and if you create turnovers in the playoffs, then you have a good chance of winning. So first sports broadcast for them. That's what I'm talking about, B. McCormick. But what a game. I mean, this Detroit Washington game was phenomenal for most of the game. It was spectacular until the end, and it got kind of sad because you could just see that things were going. They were just getting out of hand for Detroit. They didn't have anybody left. They'd run all the trick plays. Oh yeah, there we go. There's the Mahomes throw. Like that shouldn't have even happened. So dumb. The Commanders are fun. The Lions are probably going to be really sad. Sad day to be a Lions fan. That stinks. But also, they did talk a lot of trash about my Niners. So, rightfully so, they beat them. But I'm not bitter toward the Lions at all. I don't really care. But anyways, I'm going to go to bed. This was fun. Let's yell about some more games tomorrow with the entire crew in town. Let's just hold on. Let's just take a look at the box score here, or the team stats. My gosh. Let's take a look at the team stats. Look at this. That is so stupid. Let's say so the Texans and the Chiefs had 32 first downs total, and the Lions had 30 first downs themselves. Third down efficiency, nobody was really that good. 41 total plays. Over 1,000 yards of offense in this game. 11 drives apiece. Yards per play, outrageous. Passing, crazy. Rushing, both of them. Almost 200 yards for both. Red zone, Commanders were 4-4. Lions were 3-6. There's your difference right there. They fumbled it in the red zone, and then he threw a pick. I don't know if it was in the red zone, but it was just outside of it. And they had 3 attempts in the red zone. What are you doing? You cannot, if you're the Lions, let that happen. Penalty is pretty even. You cannot go 3 of 6 in the red zone, have 5 turnovers, and throw 4 picks. So it's like this is a completely different, like, the Lions, by all stretch of the imagination, they won in pretty much every facet of the offensive game. Except for turnovers. Can't do it. Can't win with them. Shout out Singletary. But the Commanders are in the NFC Championship game for the first time in 30-some years. Good for them. It's fun to see new teams in there. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about Stafford going back to Detroit. Wait, what seed? Who would host? I guess it would be the Rams or, well, I guess the Rams or the Eagles are going to get to host. Huh. Well, there you go. So whoever wins tomorrow gets to host the NFC Championship. There you go. Shout out whoever that is. Actually, I don't like either one of those teams, so I hope the Commanders win it. That'd be a fun Super Bowl. Chiefs Commanders or Bills Commanders. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that's right. Buffalo by $1 billion. Bazillion. I'm sorry, bazillion. So, anyways, I'm out of here. Let's get this out of here. Get that out of here. Shout out Stale Cracker. Come on the show. I love doing this. This is so much fun. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. And we got quite a few of you here. That's nice. We're gonna do a full show tomorrow. Here's all of our socials. I guess they shut down TikTok. I have no idea. I don't care about TikTok. We just put stuff on there from our clips from our show. Mondays and Thursdays, new podcast is out. If you want to listen to our Bills fan try to convince us that the Bills are going to win it, then you can check that out. It's out now. But our live shows are we're going to have one tomorrow. J-Vi will be in the booth with us. Live reactions, ladies and gentlemen. 9:30 tomorrow night. We'll recap those. Appreciate you, B. McCormick. You're a goat, my friend. I will see everybody tomorrow night. See you later. Go check out the podcast. Anywhere you find them, right here.